This 2020-21 Vendee Globe Round the World Race Report is brought to you by Pantania's Professional Race Cover, your tailor-made racing yacht insurance.
As the 2020-2021 Vendee Globe race favourite French super sailor Jeremie Beyou returns to their starting home port, and the fleet sails away from him at 30 knots, we pause. And while we are watching the yacht return, we repeat some of his pre-race words. Everyone has their own goal. For 4 years my life has been focused on trying to win the Vendee Globe. I've been giving it my all. Beyou said, so when it suddenly comes to an end, it hits you hard. That's why it took me so long before deciding to turn back. I could have taken the decision earlier, as dealing with the front meant there was collateral damage. It doesn't feel good waking up to this. Earlier in the day before the wind got up, the attachment holding the headsail clew came away. That damaged the bulkhead and ripped through the deck. While I was inspecting that, I saw a hole in the rudder that was half up, but I told the team that I could cope. I went through the front, tacked, and then the runner exploded after losing the gear at the top of the mast a few hours before. The runner was the final straw, so I changed route and turned back. I haven't seen what's been going on around me for 4 years. My dad was taken to hospital with a stroke a week before the start. I missed out on all that. So now, I'll be bringing the boat home, and dealing with that too. Alex Thompson, who as he noted today is 2 from 4 Vendee Globe starts and finishes, said, "It is terrible news, and nobody would wish that on anybody. Jeremie has worked harder than anybody probably. He has done an extra year with his boat. He has a great team, a great technical director, he has done it all, and he amazed the world when he brought Charal out. He was the first one flying in the sky, so I am devastated for him. I know myself how hard it is to pick yourself up, and particularly going back to Les Sab and racing all on your own. But I am sure he will make the right decision. It will probably be governed by the damage, and how long it takes to fix it. I guess the worst thing to do would be to set off in the knowledge that you can't do a proper 100% repair, and then you are on your own in the Southern Ocean. I feel for him, I feel for his team, I feel for the sponsors. Unfortunately, that is a thing that happens in this race. I am 2 out of 4 myself. I hate the feeling. I hate seeing it happen to someone else, particularly Jeremie." Meanwhile, Charlie Dalin in Apivia said, "I'm glad I got off the ridge yesterday, and I'm happy with my placement, not too north and not too south. At the moment we're going around a small depression that is forming ahead of us, going around it from the north. There are 4 of us in this small group. There is a little more wind than what was forecast, it's moving pretty fast here. On the horizon is Theta, the tropical depression, which is very strong. It will be the last big obstacle to deal with before we get a taste of the trade winds. I was in the leading group yesterday evening, and for part of the night. So much the better. It means things are going well for me. For the moment, I don't have a lot of worries, and I hope I won't have any by saying so. I hope it lasts. I'm trying to find my rhythm between going fast and preserving the boat, space out the maneuvers to avoid any risks. Since the beginning, we've been in pretty difficult conditions. We haven't yet been able to really use the potential of the foilers. I hope that once Theta has passed, we'll be able to take advantage of more favorable conditions to use the foils. I'm constantly restricting myself, braking in order to save my boat for later, but also to save myself up, because the Vendee Globe is long. But I don't have both feet on the brakes for too long. Concerning Jeremie Beyou's damage, well, I know all too well the commitment that our projects require for the skipper, the team, the partners. It's years of work, of deliberation, and it's certainly something we wouldn't wish on anyone. My stomach turned to knots when I heard the news. My heart goes out to Jeremie and his team.
Légèrement sur la droite. Ok.
Taking your racing to the next level. Make sure your insurance is up to the challenge. Pantanius Professional Race Cover.
This 2020-21 Vendee Globe Round the World Race Report was brought to you by Pantanius Professional Race Cover, your tailor-made racing yacht insurance.